Hello everybody, Memphis here, coming at you live with a deck profile of Cyber Dragon Kuriboh. This crazy old deck was suggested to me by a fan, and heck, I made it, and it works pretty well, so let's go over the things in here. For the main deck, we've got 3 copies of Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Dre, 3 Dragon Hers, and 2 Cyber Dragon Cores. We've got 3 Galaxy Soldier Boys, 2 Clear Kuriboh, 3 Winged Kuriboh, 3 Kuriboh, 2 of the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, a single copy of 1-for-1, of course. Got 2 Machine Dupes, a Power Bond, 2 Emergency Cybers, 2 Cyber Reach Systems, a Cyber Load Fusion, 3 Waboku, Imperial Order for you spell negators you, and 3 Solemn Strikes. For our extra deck, we have Cyber End Dragon, 2 Mega Fleet Dragon, 1 Over Dragon. We've got 1 Rampage Dragon. We've got 3 Cyber Dragon Nova, 3 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 2 Hyperstar, a Link Kuriboh, and number 54 Lionheart. I will go over the side deck in a moment. So as you can tell, this deck is mostly about turboing out Cyber Dragon Infinity, a pretty nasty, stunning monster that's still pretty good today. Not as good as it used to be, but still pretty darn good. We have lots of methods for summoning him, mostly just summoning Cyber Dragon Dre being our most important thing for summoning this dude out. You know, just special summon this, normal summon this, you get a Cyber Dragon Infinity. Or subsequently, you can use Hers and Cyber Dragon Dre. As long as you have a Dre, you are set. Of course, we also have the oh-so-important Galaxy Soldier combo. Personally, I think this card's still evil, but it works in this deck. So long as this card is legal, you should definitely run it in this deck. And as for the Kuriboh half of this deck, it is pretty basic. We've got our Clear Kuriboh for stopping our opponents from doing effect damage, free of monsters. We've got our Winged Kuriboh if things go south, and we just need a monster that'll protect us from battle damage. And Kuriboh not only lets us swarm with Kuribohs when necessary, but you can also discard it when Cyber Dragon Infinity is destroyed in battle, which is how some people will get rid of Cyber Dragon Infinity. And then Cyber Dragon Infinity will go to your main monster zone. Therefore, you can summon another one. So it's all good. Obviously, we have the Flute that is good for turboing out our Kuriboh Winged. Sadly, I did not put in, it only works on this one dude. If it worked on all of them, I'd have even more to say, but it's mostly just play this to get this guy. Usually you'll want to set it just to make your opponent try and destroy it, something like that. 1-for-1, pretty self-explanatory. Discard a monster, summoning either a Kuriboh or Cyber Dragon Hers. Machine Dupe, pretty good for Cyber Dragons, either with Hers or Cyber Dragon Core. And then you use this to summon out a regular Cyber Dragon from the deck and make Cyber Dragon Infinity. Power Bond is mostly if we got Cyber Dragons in hand and we can't summon them for whatever reason, so we use them to make either Rampage Dragon or Over Dragon or whatever. I should also put Overload Fusion in here. I will do that in a moment. Yes, so what was that? Yes, Cyber Emergency Cyber is our searcher card. We can add a Light Machine that cannot be normal summon or set, or a Cyber Dragon from deck to hand. We don't have anything that can't be summoned. This is just for summoning or adding Cyber Dragons. Pretty self-explanatory. And if it's negated, for whatever reason, most people will not try to negate this, you can discard a card to get it back to your hand, but you can't activate it again that turn, but it's still good recovery. As for Cyber Rev System, it's just Monster Reborn / Ancient Rules sort of thing for Cyber Dragons. Summon one from the hand or graveyard, and it can't be destroyed by card effects. It's pretty nice, I tell you what. And our Cyber Load Fusion is mostly here if our opponent tries to banish a bunch of our Cyber Dragons. And we can, again, do either Over Dragon or Rampage Dragon or Cyber Dragon End. I'm getting the names butchered, I know. Waboku is one of my favorite traps, and this trap is very good in this deck. Whether we are special summoning a lot of things with Kuriboh and then protecting them with Waboku, protecting a Cyber Dragon Infinity, if we're behind and we just need some protection, Waboku is your card. If you prefer battle traps, go ahead and swap them out, but I personally suggested this card. Our Imperial Order is an interesting card. We only have it at 1, obviously, because it's at 1. We don't search it out or anything. But if you can summon Infinity and play this, you've basically won. Because there's so many decks that rely on spell cards in this game. So if you get this out and this, then your opponent's pretty much going to scoop most of the time. And as for Solemn Strike, I don't think I need to, explain that too much. Negate your opponent's big monsters that would in some way threaten Cyber Dragon Infinity. And so now we go to the extra deck. Like I said, Cyber and Dragon's mostly here if you can fusion, or if someone's foolish enough to negate the summon of Cyber Dragon Nova. We'll get to that in a moment. Mega Fleet is one of our better removal cards. If our opponent does a lot of link summoning, if they extra link, it's really good, but it's mostly there just if your opponent has some big link or whatever in the extra monster zone. You summon something like Hers, and you can get rid of Hers and that monster to summon this out at 2400. It's pretty nasty. Over Dragon, just big beater. Rampage Dragon's good. When he's fusion summoned, you can get rid of spell traps up to the number of materials used for its summoning, and you can get rid of machines 2 light machines in your deck, and then you can like do stuff. What is the stuff you do, you ask? You can attack an additional time for every machine you send to the graveyard using this effect. So you can attack up to 3 times, and if you use Power Bond, that's 4200 3 times to the face. It's pretty nasty. As everyone knows, Cyber Dragon Nova, 2 level 5s. We mostly just use them for Cyber Dragon Infinity, but you can also, if you keep them in the deck, you can banish a Cyber Monster, or Cyber Dragon, and he gains 2100 attack. It's a good beat if you need to just beat things. Infinity negates anything by detaching material, and he can absorb cards that are in attack mode. What else is there to say? You summon this as often as you can, and you just beat over things and steal all your opponent's stuff. Hyperstar is our first link, as it is a light monster using light monsters. You can also put Stager in here, but I personally prefer Hyperstar just because look at that beautiful artwork, that beautiful son of a gun. And even if it's destroyed, we get our light cards back, and we have lots of light monsters. All lights. Kuriboh, Link Kuriboh. I don't need to explain. He is the greatest Link monster of them all. Moving on. Lionheart, best Exceed monster in the world. Even Cyber Dragon Infinity cowers before the might of Lionheart. Sometimes. But yes, if we get enough Kuribohs on the field, we can beat over things with Lionheart. It's a pretty good monster. Now let's go to the side deck. The side deck is not a comprehensive thing. This is just ideas you can do to change this deck up if you so choose. Obviously, we have the Solemns. If you find that your opponent is summoning too many things, you can just put in some more Solemns and stop their things. Battle Traps, I recommend either Drowning Mirror Force or Storming Mirror Force. They are the best Mirror Forces today. This bounces things back to the deck, this to the hand, but this one requires you to have no monsters, so it really depends. I would go either one of these. Regular Mirror Force doesn't really work in this Link era because, some Links are just immune to being destroyed, some want to be destroyed. So I prefer these. Kaijus. If you're going to play Kaijus, you've got to play Chikaziru, the Star Destroyer. Not only is he a light monster, but he also is a machine monster. So if we go into our Chimera Tech, where's Chimera Tech? I can't believe I forgot to put Chimera Tech in here. 1 second. What's his name? Fortress. 1 second. This is totally unprofessional, I know. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, who should definitely be right here. There you go. Yes, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, you send Cyber Dragon and machines on the field, either player's field, and you summon this guy. It is pretty neat, and if you just give your opponent Jika 0 and summon a Cyber Dragon, he's only 2,000 if you only got like 2 monsters, but it's basically a Mega Fleet smaller brother. Then we got Kuriboh and our Multiply and Lackluster Soldier. Let me explain. If you want to make a chaosy variant of this deck and maybe some more Link shenanigans, I would go with Kuriboh and Multiply. I'd substitute like a Hers and maybe a Clear Kuriboh, maybe a Winged Kuriboh. Yeah, putting 3 of these and a couple of these, substituting whatever you feel is not working for you to do more Link things, because this gives you 5 tokens, which you can use for a lot of things. It really depends on what sort of Link shenanigans you want. And if you're playing Chaosy version, you can play Blackluster Soldier to summon Blackluster Soldier. Not much to say there. We got Creature Swap, because we have some small monsters like Hers and Core. You can summon them, get their effects and all that, and then swap them for your opponent's bigger monsters. It's pretty neat. And then, of course, like Eki Dark Hole if you feel like you're not destroying things fast enough. But that's just my opinion. So, yes, thank you guys for watching this video on the Cyber Kuriboh Infinity deck. I am going to be dueling with this deck later today, using in my show the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh. So definitely check that out. It's a pretty neat series, and I'm hoping that you guys will check out the duels with this deck and you will enjoy it. So yes, thank y'all for watching. This will be your boy Memphis signing out. Later, everybody.